no matter what weapons, allies, and tricks the forces of the living employ. However, they operate at one extreme disadvantage: anyone can be turned into a white. The White Walkers don't just kill their enemies, they convert them to join their exponentially growing army. Therefore, every human who falls ends up joining the army of the dead, multiplying their numbers. This is evident from set reports during Season 8's epic battles, which showed Dothraki soldiers turned into zombies, along with their horses. Indeed, Daenerys' Bloodriders and the Unsullied, in particular, are liabilities in this war because they come from Essos and have no experience fighting in cold weather and snow, especially not against ice zombies. It's unlikely that all of our beloved heroes will survive this war, much less make it to the end of the season. Already faced with an insurmountable foe, the political alliance holding the North together could also crack when it's revealed that Jon Snow is actually Aegon Targaryen. Would this make his claim as king in the North invalid, and would that, in turn, break the resolve of the Northmen? With all of this potential strife both in their battlefield and within the walls of Winterfell, it seems like a daunting prospect that the army of the living will keep the Night King from breaching the castle's walls eventually. Can Cersei do what Daenerys and Jon can't? The reigning queen in King's Landing is despised by her people, and vice versa, but she could become the greatest heroine in Westeros if she were able to end the threat of the White Walkers. All of Cersei's strategies are to face whoever survives the war in the North, but the odds are grim that she will ultimately face the Dragon Queen and the Bastard of Winterfell. However, Cersei has cultivated allies. The Queen has the Iron Fleet of her betrothed Euron Greyjoy, and she purchased the services of the Golden Company thanks to her business dealings with the Iron Bank. Only the pirate ships would really be of use to her. However, if the White Walkers defeat the North and swarm south to claim the rest of the continent, the 10,000 mercenaries of the Golden Company wouldn't stand much of a chance and would end up becoming whites in the army of the dead. The likely scenario would be Cersei's true contingency plan coming to play, fleeing Westeros aboard the Iron Fleet and using her remaining wildfire reserves to annihilate King's Landing. However, if she did so, the wildfire could engulf the White Walkers in fatal flames along with the city, giving the Queen an inglorious victory. Unfortunately, despite Cersei needing the White Walkers to wipe out her human enemies, the dead coming to Cersei's doorstep might happen sooner than later because Winterfell falling to the Night King seems inevitable. Barring an unforeseen miracle, which isn't entirely out of the question on Game of Thrones, if the forces amassed at Winterfell can't beat the White Walkers, the most important thing would be for as many of the people of the North as possible to survive, so that the North will remember.